Welcome to Corey's Oils. This is Corey. And you guys, I am a wellness advocate for doTERRA, and I just love teaching people about wellness and how they can live their best life and do that naturally to support their mind and body. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about the Loyalty Rewards Program, otherwise known as the LRP. That's the lingo, LRP. So what is the Loyalty Rewards Program? The Loyalty Rewards Program is simple. It is the monthly order that you can choose to opt into with doTERRA. So when you start your doTERRA journey, you're like, ooh, I want to get everything wholesale pricing, 25% below retail, incredible deal. And then when you are ready, you can jump into the LRP. It is not mandatory. Not everyone needs to do it, but it is the absolute best way to get your oils at the best pricing possible and the best way to do it. So what this is it is a monthly shopping cart that you fill, and then it auto ships on a date that you pick. Super simple, right? So you start your LRP, and there are a lot of questions that people first have. So is there an amount of money I have to spend every month? Can I change the date? Can I change my cart? Can I process it earlier than I want to process it? So all these things, okay? So I'm going to try to make it simple and help you to understand it. So when you are ready to start your Loyalty Rewards Program, you will go into your account. So you do that, you log in and you put in your account number and your password. And then it will say, do you want to start your Loyalty Rewards order, or do you want to do a one-time order? So you'll do start your Loyalty Rewards order. You'll click on that, and then a calendar will pop up. What do you do with the calendar? You pick a date. Now, I suggest picking a date between the 1st and the 15th of every month. So the date you choose will be the one that it will be set, but you can change that date if you want to, or when you're in your order, you can process the order early in that month for your monthly order. Okay, so pick a number between the 1 and 15, because if you have a qualifying order for the free product of the month, which they do, there's a product of the month every month. If you ordered 125 PV, which PV is very similar to dollar, then you qualify for the product of the month. So doTERRA sends you the free product. Usually it's an oil of their choosing for that month, and they send it to you. So regardless if you have your order at 125 PV that month or not, it's best to pick your ship date in the first half of the month, because if there is a month when you do qualify for that order, you want to make sure you don't miss out on that. Okay, so always just plan your life to have your order at the beginning of the month. Okay, and so here is how we are going to go about this. Okay. Never mind. Okay. My screen is a mess. Probably shouldn't do that, but this is what we're going to talk about, okay? So we have the product value right here. You can see the product value must exceed. So your order every month, if you have 1 PV in your order, then you get to keep any Loyalty Rewards points that you've already collected. Because if you make an order, sometimes you get free points to spend in another order later. So if 1 month you just have 1 thing in there, 1 PV or more, you get to keep those points. You don't lose any points. You just keep it going. In order for you to earn 10 to 30% back on your order, you just need to have 50 PV in your cart. So super simple. So every month, if you just have 50 PV in there, you're always getting 10 to 30% back, which we'll get to in a minute, in your order. If you have 100 PV in your cart, that means that you qualify to receive commissions. That means if you are making this a business or you're doing this to share oils, to get your oils covered, if you have 100 PV in your account and you're also a wellness advocate instead of just a wholesale customer, you are eligible to receive a check in the mail. And if you have 125 PV in your cart, then you get all those things, plus you get the free product of the month if your order, remember, is 125 PV or more. So that is kind of the LRP. It's really, once you get in the rhythm, it makes sense. Okay, so we're going to talk about the percentage back. So when you make an order of 50 to 100 PV, well, 50 or more PV a month, okay, so with every order, you are getting a percentage back. So you'll see in here, the first 3 months, you get 10% back. So say you start in January, and you're like, January, you make a 50 PV order. February, you make a 50 PV order. March, you make a 50 PV order or more. Then you get 10% back on that order, back in your cart for free points. And you'll notice them up on your cart and on the top right-hand corner, okay? So then the next 3 months, every month that you have a 50 PV order or more, you get 15% back. Next 3, 20% back. Next 3, 25% back. And then after 13 months and beyond for your whole career in doTERRA, you're getting 30% back of every order that's 50 PV or more back in free points into your cart. It's incredible. I have been doing this for a while. I get tons of free points, which is super fun because that's how I get a lot of my oils for free as I'm buying my products monthly, which is incredible. And then with my free points, I can bless people with oils too. So I can share them. I can give them for teacher gifts. I can give them to people who need them, who want to explore them a little bit more. So it's super fun. It's fun to be generous in that way. And it's fun to get your oils free. So it's a really good process. Now, a lot of people ask, what if in there, I don't hit a month at 50 PV? No problem. So let's say January, February, you have 50 PV or more, rocking it. March, you're like, ugh, I didn't quite hit 50 PV. I only had a 10 PV order. No big deal. Okay, so you didn't lose the points that you gained from January and February. March, you didn't earn any points, but you didn't lose any points. January, February, March. April, you go back to 50. So then you're in April, it would be your third month at 10%. Okay, so it'd be 10, 10, no percent, 10, January, February, March, April, okay? Then you would continue on. So April, May, if you did 50 PV or more, you'd boost up to 15% at that point. So if there's a month that you don't quite qualify at the 50 PV, it just pauses in your percentage back and then picks back up when you pick back up at the 50. So incredible, super easy. Sometimes there are other promos that doTERRA does. So there are times where it's like if you have a 200 PV order, and sometimes that's not even just LRP order, if it's just a 200 PV order or not, I mean, in general, doTERRA will then give you whatever their promo is for the month. That doesn't happen every month, but it happens every once in a while. And when it does, it's good. So if you want to pay attention to those promos and you're like, ooh, I want a $200 PV order in, let's say, December, then that month, get it to 200 PV before your order processes. So if you choose the date on the 8th, say on the 8th of every month you process your order, then you'd want to make sure by the 6th have your cart at 200 PV. So when it processes on the 8th, you're good to go. Okay. One last thing is if your order is set to process on, let's say, the 8th of every month, but you wanted it to, like, you made your order on the 2nd of the month. Okay. So let's say it's February 2 and you're like, I want this now. I wanted to process now. I don't want to wait to the 8th because I really need my LLV. I really need my lemon oil or whatever it is. You can, so when you go, you fix your cart the way you want it. On the side, there's an option to save and process on your process date, which let's say it's the 8th. So it would say save and process on February 8th. Or there's a little button above that that says process now. So you could process that now. It will not resend again on the 8th. It will take that cart, your order for that month, and process it early. So no big deal, super fun. You can get your points in that way, and then it'll get processed to you. And you also get your shipping points back as just an extra thank you, because doTERRA is crazy generous with all they do. So if you have questions, let me know. Happy to help. LRP is the way to go. Super helpful in ordering all your things, all your products. Get your toxins out of your home and use natural goodness, things that are overly tested and safe and pure and effective. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, carry on. Have a great day.